Well, hello there and welcome to a whole new tutorial all about how I make my resin earrings, just like the ones I have on right now. But before we get into that, I just want to take a moment to ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button if you're interested in art tutorials, tips on running an online shop, or even travel vlogs, because that is all stuff I'm uploading right here on my channel. Also, just want to let you know that mostly everything I'll be using in the video today is from Amazon, and I'll have links to all that in the description box below. All right, let's get started. So, to mix your resin, you'll need 2 small cups at exactly the same size. I just happen to have some disposable Halloween shot glasses, but any small cups work fine. Just remember that you won't be able to use them for much else afterward. I should also mention that you're going to want to do this part outside. Resin fumes are very strong and can make you sick. Even doing this outside, I was wearing a mask with filters. You should also be wearing gloves for this part because resin can irritate your skin. These bottles of resin I got are from Amazon. One bottle is the epoxy resin and the other is hardener. Now, you need to have equal amounts of each, so that's why we use the small cups to measure them out like so. Then you can use any washed out container to mix them in. I swear this isn't an ad for sour cream. I would just rather reuse something I'd throw out anyways. You'll also need some type of stick to stir. A wooden popsicle stick works fine. Just make sure you get everything out of your small cups. Getting equal amounts of each part is really key here. It's crucial because if they're uneven, you'll end up with a sticky cast that never really dries. You will also want to mix it up for a while to make sure that your resin hardens properly. Then I add the glitter. You can also add in a drop of ink if you want the resin to have a color, but this time I'm keeping it clear. Okay, next I'm pouring the resin into the silicone molds I have. This part gets messy, so it was a little hard to film. Then I go through with a toothpick and stir up the resin in the molds to try and get out as many air bubbles as I can. I cover them up with a big Rubbermaid storage tote for the night so that nothing falls into the molds and gets stuck. 24 hours later, our casts will be ready to take out of their molds, and now it's time to turn them into jewelry. For this next part, you'll need some pliers, beads of course, eyelets, earring hooks, and a small Dremel. This is also from Amazon. With this, you can drill small holes into the tops of the resin casts and then stick in an eyelet screw. I always put a bit of super glue onto my eyelets before screwing them in just to ensure they are secure. Now they're ready for beads. I usually wait for Michael's or Hobby Lobby to have a sale on beads and stock up. You'll also want to snag a pack of these and you can put your beads right on there. These iridescent stars are my favorite. Now this next part was a little hard to get on camera, but I'm using the bent nose pliers to wrap the top of the wire around the round nose pliers to make a small circle. Then I hold that small circle with a pair of flat nose pliers and use the bent nose pliers to kind of corkscrew the rest of the wire around itself. This is probably the most difficult step, but with time it gets easier. Then open up the bottom of your earring hook and slide the beaded part on there. These are the last things you'll need to get from the hobby store, and they'll be what attaches the actual resin cast to the beaded part of your earring. You just open it up and carefully place both parts in there. Then you've got an earring. I also print my own backing cards and poke 2 holes in them to display the earrings like this, and then they're ready to be put up in my shop. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up for me. And again, consider subscribing for more to come. If you'd like to purchase any of the earrings seen in this video, you can find them in my shop at kaylaskingdom.com. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye!